Hello, beautiful, wonderful spirits. Spirits. Anyway, I hope you're doing good and wonderful and staying beautiful and all the good stuff. Anyway, I'm still getting used to my nose ring. I'm not used to having it wrap around like this because then it tickles like the skin all the way to here. And then it's just like, and then it itches because I'm not used to that. Also allergies. Anyway, I want to talk about controlling issues. With me, it is a big issue with me. I grew up in a chaotic environment. It is also generational trauma because my grandma and my mom also have controlling issues and so on and so forth. And I get to be the one that breaks all of that. So, I'm bringing this up now because I'm hoping that you will be able to learn something from this to help you catch yourself or maybe give you an idea on how to start bettering yourself if you have controlling issues too. If you want to know more detail, like about my past and stuff, I know I did a couple videos, but there's a lot that happened that created, not just from my mom and learning from her, a lot about my sperm donor and stuff like that. And there was a lot of trauma there. A lot of chaos that I couldn't control and food issues. Basically lack of. So anyway, example, like today, my boyfriend, he had messaged me about his appointment that he had because he's having, liver damage and we can't figure out why, because he doesn't overeat, he's skinny, he doesn't drink, like it's, I mean, we just can't figure it out. We don't know what's going on. And so they're doing all this stuff. But anyway, he was messaging me and I had caught myself because I wanted to be like, oh, well, remember this, or don't forget that, or remember to do this. And I wanted to really say these things. And I had to stop myself and go, nope, not my responsibility. We had created a environment of, I basically became mom, a caretaker, and he got to be lazy and not have to worry about anything. And I enabled that behavior because I decided to take on that caretaker role. Because I have a strong caretaker role, like I'm a caretaker. I love taking care of people and helping people, but I also have to realize, and I didn't realize, that I had to set boundaries with that. And going through the spiritual stuff, I realized that. And part of those boundaries is the control issues. I need to take a step back and I need to stop trying to help him remember to book his own appointments. Remember to remind him that he needs to watch how much he's spending and make sure he budgets everything. And, that's not my responsibility. And it just pops up every day, and I notice it every day. Or like it goes so bad to the point where I asked him to ice the cake that I had just made. Not today, but this was like a few weeks ago. And I was sitting there watching him try to ice the cake, and it was just killing me inside. I just wanted to take the reins and ice it myself. And all he was doing was putting frosting more on one side than the other. But he's still going to spread it out evenly with the spatula. But for some reason, I felt the need to control it. And I went, whoa, hold on. We got to take a step back. So I told him, I said, honey, this is not about you. This is about me. I need to remove myself from the situation. So I stepped away. It's a lot of little things like that. And you don't really notice until either it's too late, or if you're doing your spiritual awakening journeys, you'll start noticing it, because I started getting very angry with him and resentful with him. And I'm still working through that. And it's because he didn't step up. But I also have to blame myself because I created that. I helped create that where he felt like he didn't need to step up anymore because I was so worried about controlling every little thing and making sure everything was perfect and everything was the way I wanted it and everything was everything, you know? So, sorry this turned into a longer ramble, but start noticing things. If you are getting all of a sudden angry, because that's kind of what helped me realize what my boundaries were and what was I felt comfortable helping out with versus not helping, and I'm still learning. This has been one of the hardest things I've had to work through because I've had controlling issues since I was little. And this is something that is huge. And I'm getting better every day at recognizing these things, because when I start getting irritated at him, or I start getting irritated even at the kitties because they knock something over, and you know, that's a whole nother deal. But I've realized to catch myself and stop myself and go, okay, why am I getting angry? Is it because I'm doing too much? Or is it because it's not perfect? Or what does this do to, you know? And then I kind of figure out from there, okay, what is this specific situation for? And then I move from there. So hopefully this helps. I'm sorry I've been pulled to do more of these catch in the moments while I'm going through it. Because I think it is going to be very beneficial instead of me trying to remember and then do something like this where I'm talking. Even though this is very helpful, it is more helpful, I notice, to have examples on how somebody may be going through something. And it's making me very nervous and uncomfortable to be this vulnerable, because there's going to be times, probably more than not, that I'm going to cry. And I also got to realize crying is not necessarily, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong. And there's just so much. But I'm going to try and do more capturing in the moments, and letting myself be that vulnerable, so that way it can help somebody work through what they need to work through. Anyway, again, I apologize for this being long. It wasn't supposed to be this long. But I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. Stay gorgeous, as always. Because you can't not be gorgeous. Like, duh. Like, really. Okay, bye.